Hello, my name is Gonzalo Carvajal, and today I'm going to be presenting my second speech. So, growing up, my family and I have grown up with various pets. We have had a couple of dogs, which we still own, and we also had a couple of turtles, guinea pigs, a possum, a couple of rats, and you can see that I put the pictures of my animals up there. And this has not only helped me, but it also helped my family have a pretty good mental health, as I'm safe to say none of us have been in a state of depression or felt lonely at different times of our life. And we could say that when we don't interact with family members, when we interact with these type of pets, it greatly helps us kind of give us communication skills between these. And according to the National Alliance of Mental Illness, updated February 2018, it states that dogs have great affection and helps alleviate oxytocin and dopamine, which makes a human more positive and much more happy. And these things just help a human strive more, and it makes them more positive rather than being depressed and everything. Okay, so today I'm here to persuade you on why we should all own a pet. First, I'll talk about the problem. Second, I'll talk about the causes. And third, I'll talk about the solution. So the problem. The main problems are the high rate of loneliness, little to no human interaction, high rates of suicide, and non-pet owners are more likely to have the three problems above. And the CDC article, which was updated January 2023, it shows us that Americans have had a great increase in suicide, and this is obviously pretty bad, but it was said that it keeps increasing year after year after the quarantine hit us in about 2019, and it just keeps going up. And it says the statistic shows us that for non-pet owners, this just keeps going up and up, and obviously that's very bad. And the article Equity America, which was updated in March 2019, shows us that non-pet owners are more likely to commit suicide, where people with pets are a little more hopeful. And this shows us how, people with pets have a more positive mindset rather than people without it. And it shows us how these animals, creatures just help us strive throughout our society and just give us a more positive mindset. And that was the problem. Now that I talked about the problem, I'll be talking about the cause. And the two major causes are being more lonely, spending more time alone, and having less affection overall. And the cause seems to be straightforward, as the main factor for these pet owners is obviously being more lonely. And the reason this is a bigger cause is more common in here in big cities like LA, Pomona, or Orange County. And this is way more common because it shows that there's a big decrease in pet ownership. And obviously, like I said, it's a huge increase in the suicide rates and the loneliness rates. And it shows us how if we can have a simple pet like a cat, dog, it's going to give us more affection and it's going to help. So it's deeply recommended to have these pets. And an article, America Has a Loneliness Epidemic, which was updated May 2023, it shows us that 32% of Americans lack interactions with not only humans but animals. And this number is greatly increasing time after time. Like I said, all these numbers are increasing after the quarantine hit us. And it's going to keep increasing if we don't come to stop it. Now I talked about the cause, I'll talk about the solution. And the solution is really straightforward. We can adopt a pet. And if we can adopt a pet, we can also rescue an animal if we already have one. And a great example of adopting a pet is legendary boxer Mike Tyson. He actually himself, he was accused of a crime and he was under house arrest, and he claimed that the boxer himself, with all his celebrity fame and wealth, he still felt lonely, and this comes to show us how people like him can also feel lonely. And he claimed that once he purchased his tigers, he felt like a happier man because they not only distracted him from the real world problems that were going on, but they just helped him become, claimed a better person overall. And he said that this just greatly helps him from a day-to-day basis because he just feels like he's always accompanied. Back then he had the tigers. So in an article by Marca, which was updated August the 22nd, shows us that Mike Tyson himself has actually exited the depression stage when he was in home arrest due to a false crime that he actually committed. And it just shows us how this greatly helps us. And another article by Tufts Now shows that 76% of pet owners become very social people. So it takes out the fear and antisocial people and actually helps us become better people overall. And another great Examples of this is our former presidents have all owned pets, and they themselves claim that with having these pets, they greatly distract them from the presidential duties, which we know are super hard. And by having these pets, all the presidents have claimed that they have been happier people overall. And my call to action is, if you don't have a pet, start off with a pet fish. It is something cheap and something we could all purchase. It is like $2 to actually own a pet goldfish, and the bowl itself doesn't cost that much. So by having something as simple as a pet fish, it could distract our minds from our homework duties or other duties that we have, like a job. Or if you do guys have a pet, pay more attention to it. Like an extra 20 minutes a day, go walk it. If it's a dog, it will greatly help you. That's it. Thank you.